Hello, hello. And as you can see, I cleaned up quite well, and I thought that this would be a great opportunity to do a little bit of musing. Um, I grew up as a tomboy, so I first time when I actually put on makeup and I dressed up and then all of that was actually for my senior prom, and the transformation was so big that nobody recognized me. Then fast forward my time in Germany when I dealt with my injury and the weight gain and the pain and body inability. That was a time when I was quite low, both physically as well as emotionally, and I didn't feel comfortable or confident in my body to put on a makeup or a dress up or actually take care of myself because I was dealing with so much at that point of time. Then again, fast forward as I started losing weight and I found my path and how to recover my body and what movement worked for me. And as I was getting more comfortable, I started taking better care of my body and my skin as well. And but I would actually change this a bit. I always took really good care of my skin, but in terms of putting on bright clothes, putting on a bright red lipstick, putting on colorful things, that has never been something that I have been comfortable about because, in many ways. I guess I never wanted to draw attention to myself. But at the same time, the culture I'm coming from, it's usually black is the color, and that is that you usually stick with like a daytime. It should be khakis and off white, so something which is more neutral. And the evening it should be classic black, and I was very classical black, but. I had in many ways a liberation when it comes to colors when I came to India. I mean, it was such amazing. I mean, I never owned anything in red color. I never owned anything in yellow, orange, green color, right? My palette was blacks at night and maybe something in like a deep royal blue. I mean, those were my kind of evening palettes. And when I came to India, it was such a liberation. It was such a burst of colors, and it was so joyous, and it was so mesmerizing. And I kind of embraced it full on, but as an Indian attire, not necessarily Western thing. But I'm digressing. I definitely had my awakening moment and my kind of reconciliation or reintroduction with colors when I came to India. Um, but when it comes to makeup, I also had the phases of experimenting and doing a little or a lot. I never claimed to be able to do a really good makeup myself, so that way I was quite fortunate to have a great people who taught me how to do makeup because I never actually been doing makeup. It was be so minimalistic. It was just ridiculous. And then pandemic came, and during pandemic, I kind of went completely on the other side. So, I mean, I live in my tights as is, right? So nothing changes. I still live in my tights. But prior to pandemic, I would have a quite active life, and there would be lots of occasions, lots of happenings. And then pandemic came, and during pandemics, I actually worked with in person throughout with a few severely immunocompromised clients. And I made a commitment, because they were only exposed to me and I to them, that I made a commitment that I am not going to see anybody outside my household, that I'm not going to socialize with anybody, and even if I see somebody, it's going to be with 1 or 2 masks. And I lived pretty much, see this? I lived that life pretty much for 2.5 years. So 2.5 years, I haven't really gone out. I haven't really met with anybody. I have avoided all social events. I think in the last 3 years, I've attended four, yeah, pretty much 4 social events, out of which most of them were outdoors. And it was at the time when we were already saying that everything is past and we are all safe. So, and what has happened during that time, that I stopped dressing up altogether. I stopped putting makeup on. I stopped doing any of that. And to me, you see, makeup is something which is like elevating in a way your beautiful self. I feel that every person is beautiful in their own unique way, regardless to their shape, regardless to their size, regardless to any of those things that I was the first one who was telling that story to myself. And it took me a long time to sort of break out of that yes, my body may be this way right now, but this body does not define me. I define my body. And here in the end, whether I'm having a makeup or I'm not having a makeup, it is still the same me. So, however, I also feel it is important, particularly for us women, to, I mean, even for a man for that matter, is to elevate it every now and then. You know, just to put on something nice, and it can be even a bit flashy or a splash of color, to put on makeup, put on that bright red lipstick. And red lipstick is something which I am really not that well versed at. You know, I know few girls that are always having a beautiful red bright lips, and I think they look stunning. But I personally been shying away from, to me, it is something very, very special if I put on red lipstick. And today, after a full working day, it was a friend's birthday party, happy birthday. And I was like, you know what? Instead of just going without makeup, instead of going in my flats, instead of let me put on bit of color, let me be a little bit more flamboyant than what I usually am. And I feel it's important. I feel it's important that, and again, it just elevates your physicality a bit. But I think it's also important from, it makes you feel good. You know, you're gonna stand a little straighter, you're gonna pull your shoulders a little bit more, and that's a beauty. When also you have a heel. Even though after 1 hour I was crying to take them off, because I'm so not used to wearing heels. Right now, the only heels I happily wear are my pleasers for the pole practice. Oh gosh. I'm listening to myself the way I'm speaking, and I'm finding it hilarious. And I feel so, basically, this is not even amusing, this becomes more of a little rant. Do that. Even if there is no occasion, do your hair or do something with your head. Put on makeup, put a little bit of a lipstick, put a little dash of color, and just elevate that look from basics to a little bit extra. Be a little extra. I think it's very important that every now and then we be a little extra even if there is no occasion, and create an opportunity. And it can be anything. And here I'm not talking about just putting a little bit of concealer and doing your like a little makeup look. I'm talking like do something extra, even if there is no occasion. Be the occasion, create the occasion. You're gonna feel a little better. It is going to give you that little bit more and it's fun. And it's fun because remember, do not take yourself too seriously at all. And so to me, makeup is fun. Playing with makeup, doing that is a little fun, that I remind myself that yes, I can be this too. However, this is not my day-to-day life. This is not my day, but I like these little layers that we all have, that I can wear a hat of a professional and with no makeup and being very plain and but at the same time I can do this as well, and this is just another facet of who I am. So stay lovely. You are beautiful no matter what, with or without makeup. Makeup is not a mask and should not be a mask, but it is to elevate a little bit. And we are always first looking at what is within. I mean, in our value system. Those who do not know us will first see what is outside. So that also doesn't matter. But I feel that when you look at yourself in the mirror and you do a little extra to say, I really like this facet of myself as well. So on that note, love and light to all.